This jagged sheet of rock is hanging 200 feet above a walking trail next to the Niagara River. It's already loose, and if it falls, it could mean serious injury to hikers on the path below. That's where the rope access team comes in. If they do their job just right, most of Niagara Falls' 9 million yearly visitors will never even know they were here.
First jump of the day.
Am I scared?
Yeah.
Am I scared? I have a healthy respect, that's all.
This cliff is located at Devil's Hole State Park, roughly 4 miles north of Niagara Falls. Team members like Andy and Christian will scale the cliff and maintain the crew's gear. Later, Jake will clear dislodged rocks from the trail.
If those rocks were to fall naturally, there's nothing stopping them from coming and just plowing through somebody that's on the trail. So very necessary work what we do here, and you can see here all the rocks that come down there are pretty sizable and they could cause some damage.
It's a dangerous job. Dehydration, injury, and inclement weather are just some of the risks. Thunderstorms are forecast today, so the team is on high alert for signs of lightning, which would endanger the crew.
We won't work in lightning, that's about it. We're gonna have fun. Usually when we show this to people, they say they didn't even know this existed.
There are 12 members of today's crew, 4 supervisors including Andy, and 8 technicians. Today their goal is to clear this entire section of the cliff. Their day begins at 7 a.m. at the maintenance shop, where the team packs a variety of gear into vehicles to take it to the access point above the trail.
See, the fun thing about this is that I don't actually jump with them every day. So today will be one of the days I jump with them, which is good because I've been wanting to do this for a while. These are the guys who do it every single day, and they're really, really good at it.
After a short 10-minute drive, the team arrives at the access point and begins gearing up.
I guess we can start with the piece de resistance. This is our climbing harness. It's a class 3 harness, and it's called that because of the shoulder straps.
The shoulder straps prevent climbers from slipping out of the harness if they accidentally turn upside down, and the seat balances their body weight so that blood flow to their legs isn't restricted. Comfort is also of the utmost importance, as climbers can be suspended for more than 2 hours at a time.
This device here is our bar rack. This is what we use to rappel. It's a pretty old school device. We have a lot of mud and grit, and when the ropes get wet, they swell. So there's not a lot of moving parts. It's all friction. So that's our descent device.
All right. Pretty much all ready to go here. No one cares about me. Everyone says, Andy, just take care of yourself. So what they're talking about is some guys have a rope handler watching their line, and then some of us are on what we call an ASAP, which is this. This is your backup device, and so I'm just fully in control of all of my descent. So I can actually step over the edge now.
First jump of the day.
Am I scared?
Yeah.
Am I scared? I have a healthy respect, that's all. The crew's really close. We joke around a lot, but when it is time to actually go over the edge and do work, we kind of call that game time, because it is. You need to take it seriously because there's a lot of risks involved. This program that we're part of has been going on since about the 1930s, and about the whole time they've been using pipe poles. There's a lot of utility with this. This is made out of solid fiberglass here, so if it gets into the cliff, this can flex a lot. You can use this to position yourself on the wall, and then you can use this to, gently remove debris. You can grab stuff with the hook, gently pull it out. It can fit into cracks, and then you can get leverage that way.
One of the things that makes removing these rocks especially challenging is that these cliffs undergo something called differential erosion, which means that areas of the cliff erode at different rates. Layers of shale rock located lower on the cliffside wear away more quickly than the layer of dolomite rock at the top. That leaves large, unstable chunks of rock, sometimes the size of an SUV, hanging at the cliff's edge. The crew uses a controlled swing to gain access to material beneath overhangs. To do this, they push themselves away from the wall with their feet to maintain that controlled movement.
These are softball shin pads, and they work really, really well for what we do. You try not to knee the wall, but sometimes for stability purposes, you can't really help it. We all try to wear steel toe or some sort of composite toe. Rocks are hard. You can't always dodge a rock when you're moving, so having something like that to keep yourself safe is 100% necessary. So all the rocks they're knocking down are essentially coming right to the trail and then some, and they're going right to the Niagara River, which we have right here below us.
It's 10 a.m. The crew is only about 2/3 of the way through their climb when the one thing they're worried about happens: a storm.
Copy. Looks like we might have a wall of rain.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back. Let's head back.
The crew hears thunder and spots lightning as they are on the cliffside. They need to stop working immediately. That will end their progress for today.
So today we actually had to cut it short. We have metal pike poles in our hand. We've got a lot of metal gear on us, so we just try to get out of there as quickly as we could. Anything that's going to pose a hazard to the employees, then we just stop.
The crew had only been working on the 200-foot cliffside for less than an hour when the storm began. On a typical day, it could take the crew up to 3 hours to clear a whole section. When they're able to resume, they'll finish removing rocks from the lower section of the cliff and then stabilize the slope side with wire meshing.
This is the primary part of our work here that we're going to try and clear this all out so we can essentially have an open hiking trail here again. And it's going to take a good bit of work and a good bit of time to get this cleared out to be safe for us to open it again.
Back at the shop, the crew does paperwork and washes their gear.
There's actually a lot of paperwork required with all this stuff, and then also just keeping their gear clean. You can kind of see from my shirt, I'm filthy from one jump today, and if this is how I look, our gear is even worse.
So soapy water helps break it and lift the dirt. Using a toothbrush too to get in there, and then using an air compressor to spray any of the soap and dirt that's in there. And then we have a lubricant too when it's dry to get in there, and it prevents rust and corrosion.
After the rope access team has made some progress, it's time to start clearing the rocks from the walking paths below. This is where the gorge crew comes in.
We take care of about 7 trails in total within the gorge itself, and then 2 up top on the top side. Now we are in the process of cleaning the trail and rebuilding it. We've already come down, cleared the loose debris off the trail, and then started staging to get ready for the bigger jobs ahead.
One of those jobs includes a specialized stabilization technique to ensure the slope side is secure.
So down here to fix these trails, we use gaping baskets. It's a 6 foot by 3 foot cube that is made of wire meshing. And what you do is you dig them down, place them within the trail or wherever you need them, and then you add rock to the inside so that the rock weighs it down. A job like this can take a week or 2, but if we have a good day where we're really rocking and getting stuff done, it can be maybe a 3 to 4 day job.
At this mountain right here, if all hands are on deck, I'd like to see hopefully by the end of the summer, we get a majority of it taken out, and then we have to put in some stabilization techniques to help build the trail back up. So I could definitely see us working into the fall, and if I had to make a guess, it'll probably be open next summer.
I think if you're going to do this kind of work, at the core you have to enjoy working outdoors. You get to see special things that people don't see, plants and animals, like the landscape. The work that you do, it's really hard, but then you're helping keep the park safe. You make a meaningful difference. If you're just a park user, you might not even realize we were ever there, and that's kind of the point.